good, y'all? When I say P, I mean profit. When I say S, I mean seal. You dig what I'm saying, baby? Now let's keep it moving. Follow the feng shui. You dig it? Bienvenue in podcast Z, man. Welcome to the Z podcast, man. I just want to upload this video for y'all, a quick little short. Jobs, right? The description and title's gonna be about jobs. You know, like honestly, not all jobs is that bad. You know, some jobs is really some good jobs. Like the one I got, it's an alright job. It's a good job, but the hours ain't there, man. Like the hours there, it's a 12-hour shift every time, but like consistently 12 hours, consistently every week 12 hours. Nah. You know, I've come to the terms and the conclusion to accept certain things and just allow for certain things to play out the way they need to play out, because I'm getting to I didn't even want to say age, but I'm just getting to the realization that jobs, you know, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, yo. Jobs don't really care about your well-being, your overall satisfaction of self, your overall health. Always know the road that leads you home. You know, like basically jobs is really just here to not even really help you. Technically, they don't even really provide for you. They really need you on the company, so they have to psychologically make you feel and believe you're an opportunity. No, it's all reverse psychology if you think about it. They basically use reverse psychology on you to get you to think and believe that you need the job. When reality is these jobs need companies. These companies and jobs need people to work for their company and job, for their dream and vision, so that way they can run the system. Everything is a system. A job is a system. A company is a system. School is a system. Jail is a system. This phone, YouTube has an algorithm that's a system. Everything is a system. So when you think about what you do and how you do it and how you move and how you are a part of a bigger picture, you carry yourself in that way. So like, just thinking about the fact that I'm doing this video, I have to carry myself within the guidelines of a video, so that way I can upload it and potentially get money from it. But the point is, the system of working for another man or another person's vision or another entity dream is not in my best interest, at least. And I mean, even despite having this job is not all that bad. But I mean, as far as the hours, like I ain't getting 12 hours consistently, because 12 hours times 10, you know, it can rack up labor, and then that's not thinking about the other co-workers, and then they say, oh, it's unfair for another person's time and unfair for another person's this, that. Everybody worried about the person that's been there longer, so they get more favoritism. And then it's like, do you even really get to say anything? And then honestly, Vujade, you know, like honestly, you really don't need to say anything. When you a new company going into a job, you really don't need to say anything, because what is there for you really to say? You know, what is there for you to say? I'm out here right now at the job site that they want me at, and I'm here for 12 hours. Next time you probably see me pick this camera up, it's probably gonna be nighttime. My whole day has been used. Half of my whole day, a majority of my day has been used, not even productively if you think about it. I've sat here 12 hours on the clock, because this is the position in the designated location that they want me at. But I haven't been able to like do nothing else besides that. Now that I think about that, and I'm saying that out loud, it really sounds idiosyncratic. It really sounds ignorant. It really sounds kind of crazy, because it's like, why would you give up 12 hours of your day, of your time? Why would you give up 12 hours of your day and your time just for you to sit in one job site, one job location, one spot. And that's the only thing you can do for your rest of your day? Like, hold on, like, let me know if I'm tripping, right? You're telling me one activity, which is whatever the job wants me to do, I'm designating and prioritizing one task to do for 12 hours. I'm doing one task for 12 hours, which is walk around, take pictures, sit back down. You say, oh, that's easy work, right? There's nothing to worry about that. I got a feeling, man, after this video, like, I'm really going to be rich for real. Like, I'm already rich. Thank you, Osmosis, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for a lot of unknown spirits and unknown gods and goddesses that's been definitely helping me. But right now, I have to give credit to Osmosis, man, because I just know it. I feel it, because I'm realizing, like, how, like, I'm spending 12 hours on one activity. Unless this activity is going to bring me millions of dollars, and it's going to bring me back my investment. The only investment I'm getting back out of this is compensation for my time and compensation for my energy, which won't even be rewarded afterwards until 2 weeks from now or next month from now, because it's a 2-week system. So you honestly get exactly what you get. I want to name this title Jobs, but also you get what you get. You get exactly what you get out of a job. Like, there's nothing to really expect more. I'm really coming at this approach with a mature mindset here, because what else are you expecting out of a job? I'm not trying to make it seem like you should feel guilty. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't like those type of people that make it seem like it's bad to have a job. It's not bad at all. Like, you know, and honestly, you would think out of my experiences with a job in this system that was trying to work for another man's vision, you would think, I don't know if this lady's coming this way, but she's moving the chair if she is. She probably wants to get real close and probably wants, she probably just want to come say hi. No, she's not going this way. You know, basically, we live in for a job or a system. Like, I've experienced some negative experiences with jobs and systems. I can give y'all story times, but that's another time. And if you was to know my experiences with jobs, you would think I'll be the last person to ever say something about, oh, a job is good. Nah, I'm not gonna make it seem like it's bad, because honestly, it gets played out when you got a person like, oh, hey, come fuck with us, come be. I'm not saying like salespeople, but a lot of salespeople are like that. Oh yeah, your job is capping, it's capital, and it ain't even like I got a 9-to-5 mindset. Like, that ain't even what I'm saying. Like, I ain't even agreeing with a 9-to-5 mindset. It's just, why you gotta try to make somebody feel bad for wanting to work a job? Hey, what if that person want to work a 9-to-5? Shit, not every 9-to-5 pay for your basic life and basic expenses and necessities, but some do. Shit, I wouldn't doubt Walmart. Shit, a full-time schedule on Walmart probably really do it, really get you right, probably really get you by. It won't really get you by, but it'll be just enough. It'll be just enough. And then, you know, you just think about how we spend 12 hours to dedicate one task. How does 12 hours of my time needs to be dedicated on a task? So then you think about chess, right? Or like pawns and kings and bishops and knights and rooks and queens, right? If you are an entrepreneur or you're a businessman, right? A businessman is going to effectively manage his time wisely. A businessman is going to delegate some things wisely. The job, I had told the job I was going to be a little behind it, right? Not on purpose, you know, not. I ain't trying to make it seem like I'm just don't give a fuck about the job. That ain't even the case. I usually work overnight shifts, so from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. in the morning. So like, I can do my job, I can, you know, take my pictures, do my route. I ain't got to worry about nobody trying to say nothing to me. Everybody trying to go to sleep, and I'm out and I'm up. Which, you know, obviously, it can fuck with your sleep, but I mean, it ain't all that bad when you start to get the hang of it. And then on top of that, I was doing that in the shelter. Like, I'm not even in the shelter no more. But the terms and conditions that I was on, I was still working overnight shifts in the shelter. So like now I'm switching over to seven in the morning to 7 at night, which I don't have no issues with. It's just, I'm in the daytime now, so I can have so many other problems I can run into. Honestly, it's more problems potentially that I could run into during the day than during the night. Because a person during the day might feel like, oh, who is this guy? I never seen him. And they don't be putting me in they don't be putting me in low apartments. They be putting me in suburb apartments. They be putting me in apartments where a white person might look at me and it might be their first time in 4 months seeing a black person. Not black person, but a colored person. And I ain't making it about race. It's just, when you work in a job, you got to deal with certain things that come with the job. Depending on the job, this job is real laid back. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nobody over my shoulders. I can do what I need to do. I'm not gonna knock it and make it seem like this job is bad. If you accidentally see the company name, you see it. This is my journey before I became rich. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't the end goal for me, and I'm 22 years of living now, and I've ran through so many different jobs, so many different positions, like sales and everything. I never really fully sticked out sales due to like some trauma and shit. So like dealing with like fear of not abandonment, but fear of rejection. So like now that I don't really have that, I wonder how will I do now, because I am enrolled in sales now to try to get myself out of this hole. I'm just tired of being in this hole, really, for real. I ain't gonna lie. Tired of being in this hole. The job is giving me the hours. It's giving me 12-hour shifts. It ain't even the job for real. But the consistency of trying to have 12-hour shifts Monday through Friday, and then you working on a company full of 100 other people, probably more, and you trying to divide that between these different types of people, realistically, I'm only getting what's available or what's able to come around. My availability to get them hours that I would like every week, so my ideal goal every week would be 40. Matter of fact, let's say they did end up giving me that. Let's say I stayed long enough, I stayed around long enough, and eventually I got that. Like maybe because I'm still kind of new, they only giving me part time, and then when I stay, maybe 3 months from now, I might get full-time positions where I'm getting consistent hours throughout the week. If I'm getting consistent hours throughout the week, and it's definitely more than my rent, and I can pay my rent, and I'd even just pay my rent. That ain't the goal neither. The goal ain't just to pay my rent, and I got a place to stay. The goal is to make sure I'm living good, like I'm living comfortably, like I'm not worried about the bills next week, next month, next 2 months, next 3 months. I'm not worried about, you know what I'm saying? And but see, everything has its pros and cons, And maybe I'm not giving a job a full chance, because I can really say I haven't really experienced a full-time job before where like I'm consistently getting hours every 2 weeks. I'm consistently averaging 40 hours every 2 weeks, and that ain't even 40. Like if I'm getting 12-hour shifts, I only really need 4 days. So if I'm consistently getting 4 days every 2 weeks, which would be a good 7 to 8. And then you do that times the month, 30 days in a month. Well, no, you don't even got to do that times a month. So the check 8, right, or 7, right? You just add another 7, add another 8, because that's every 2 weeks. So do it like that. Then you get your final amount of how much you make a month. And then you times how you add everything up after you add up the first week, so you get your check. Let's say we both got our check today, right? And the check was 800. You add another 800, that's 12. That's 12 in a month, right? 1,200 in a month, $1,200 in a month. Then you times that times 12 to get that by the year. This is how much you make in a year now. Now you look at your expenses. You calculate all your expenses. You calculate rent. You can do your rent. How much you finna be spending in a year in rent? I wonder how much would I be spending in a year in rent. If my monthly rent Monthly, we're not even talking about yearly. We're talking about monthly rent. Every month is 1,200. And there's how many months? 12 months in a year. 1,200 times how much in a year? I'm probably that ain't probably ain't even 15,000. That's probably like 10. That ain't even probably 10. That's probably 9,000 or something right there, some change. So then you think about your job, right? And then how much, how many hours are you getting from your job? And then depending on how much you get paid hourly is how much you get yearly. So then, oh, I'm not on salary. I'm on salary. Okay, you can still do salary too. Salary, I'm sure, is a different way, but no, salary is really sales. Salary is really no capital. So then, when you ain't got no capital on your money, you can make however much you want to make. And then I like the concept of that. I've tried to do something similar like that. I've walked to door before. I've done that before. I've done canvassing before, like on feet canvassing, and just, hey, how you doing? Would you like to sign this petition? I've done that before. So honestly, me going into what I'm going into now could be a new door for something new, more money, a new me. A me that's gonna always keep myself clean, haircut. I'm riding in my car. I got my own crib. I'm paying my rent. I'm good. Shit, I'm having it my way. But this YouTube shit can give me more than any sales can do. Hold on, we got somebody pulling up. We got somebody pulling up. Somebody in the go kart working for the. Oh, but nah, they ain't pulling up. Thought they was. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm over here working my shift.